Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Andrew, and I'm getting up and I'm reshooting my video because last night I shot this video and YouTube wouldn't let me load it for some reason, so I'm going to go ahead and reshoot it now. This is my second part of my Batman collection. I pretty much just went and grabbed the next chunk out of my box. And figured we'd just go ahead and go through it. This is picking up right after Batman Year One, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go up to No Man's Land. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one here is Batman 424. If you guys didn't hate Jason Todd before you read this book, you will hate him afterwards. This book actually put everyone off of Jason Todd. If you notice, it looks like he pushed this guy off of the building. Well, he does. He flat out kills somebody in here. Now, they don't actually tell you that he killed the guy. However, they just strongly imply it. If you guys hate Jason Todd and want to hate him more, or you guys aren't sure what all the guff was with him, read this book. This is my trade for Death in the Family. This story's really good. I actually really liked it all the way up till the end. The end was kind of lame with Superman showing up and inhaling all the poisonous gas with his super lungs. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's that Spielberg effect. You know, you can do whatever you want with the last 10 minutes. Yeah, they did it. But other than that, this book is excellent. The Jason Todd dies in this issue, and there's a lot of action in it. The Joker's got a nuclear missile. It's an amazing story. If you guys get the opportunity to pick this up, I would strongly recommend it. Especially with the death of the family being the new Batman story arc. Cool stuff. Next. This is number 436. This is the first part of Batman Year 3. And this is actually the first appearance of Tim Drake. That's part 1. Part 2, this is 437. I like the Robin training in the Batcave cover. 438, part 3. And 439, part 4. Now, before we move on, this ridiculous go-go costume for Nightwing is stupid. It looks like he should be going to like a disco swing party and not fighting crime. That being said, his new costume, you know, the black spandex with the Nightwing across it, is awesome. Next, we've got 440. This is part 1 of A Lonely Place of Dying. This is actually the story arc where Tim Drake becomes the third Robin. This is part 1. I believe parts 2 and 4 were in the new Teen Titans. And like Poet Skinny was saying in his video, crossover books are stupid. They are just an excuse to get people to buy books that they normally wouldn't buy. Because the title is not doing as well, so they slap a story tie-in them. I don't believe in them. I think they're dumb. That's why I don't have those Teen Titan books. So, that being said, I'm going to step off my soapbox and let's move on. 441, this is part 3. And this is 442, part 5. This is actually the first time you see Tim Drake in the Robin costume, and this is when he becomes Robin. Now, later on, you're going to see a book with Scarecrow on the cover of it, and it's going to say a new Robin issue. That's a lie. This is the first Tim Drake is Robin issue. Next, we've got The Penguin Affair, Part 1, Batman 448. This book is pretty cool. It's got Harold, the hunchback guy here. He's making these mind control devices for birds, for the Penguin. This is actually the first appearance of the Penguin's chauffeur, Lark. You know, the butch chick in the in the butler outfit that kind of looks like Lex Luthor's bodyguard, Mercy. This is her first appearance. This is The Penguin Affair Part 3, Batman 449. Part 2 is actually in Detective Comics. And when we get around to my Detective Comics chunk, we'll see that book. This is Dark Knight, Dark City, Part 3, Batman 454. Mike Mignola cover. He does not actually do the art for the whole book, just the cover. It's a shame because I like Mike Mignola's art. But this story is probably, hands down, the best Riddler story ever. Just some of the weird, evil, sadistic things he does in here. The riddles he does, it's an excellent story. If you guys have not read this, pick it up. It is, these 3 issues are really cheap. I just haven't been able to find the first 2. But excellent story. You can also find it in the Batman 100-page Spectacular. You can find this on Amazon pretty cheap. But seriously, guys, the Riddler is supposed to be in the next arc after the Joker. But this book is excellent. Read it. The Riddler, it's all that the Riddler should be. Instead of his campy riddles, he actually does these sadistic, evil, villainous riddles in here. It's amazing. And this brings us to Batman 457. This is that Scarecrow cover I was telling you about. It's a cool cover. You know, you see Batman covered in spiders. You got the Tim Drake there, the awesome Scarecrow costume. But it says New Robin issue up here at the top. That's a lie. The New Robin was in 442. But whatever you gotta do, DC, right? Next. This brings us to Batman 484. This is the beginning of the pre-Nightfall story. Yeah. Not bad cover, I like that one. This is the Batman 485 with the orange-suited black mask on it. If you notice, he's also got a leopard print tie. This isn't a bad story, from what I remember. It's been a while since I read it, but yeah, definitely pick this up if you guys are fans of Nightfall. This is 486. He fights a villain called Metalhead in here. This is actually the first appearance of Chandra Kinsolving. She's the doctor that heals his back after he gets it broken by Bane. 487 with the Headhunter. 488, you know, Tim Drake and Azrael on the cover. That's a pretty cool cover. I like that one. Now, I'm actually missing the last 2 issues of that story, but basically what happens is the Riddler gets dosed with venom, and he gets all beefy and stuff, and he fights Batman. And then in 491, it's 491, where Bane breaks all the villains out of Arkham. That brings us up to Batman 492, which is part 1 of Nightfall. This is what the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. This is also where Bane kills Film Freak. He crumples him up like a beer can, breaking all the bones in his body. This is a cool story. This is actually one of my favorites in the first Nightfall part. Maybe it's because I just didn't like Film Freak, but it's a good story. This is part 3 of Nightfall. This is Batman 493. This is where Mr. Zsasz has all of the girls in the boarding school held hostage, and he says he'll kill them if anyone comes inside. This is a good story too. I really like this one. Mr. Zsasz is a very underappreciated villain. This is 494 with the Joker and Scarecrow. This brings us up to Nightfall Part 5. 495 Part 7 with Poison Ivy. I like that costume with Poison Ivy. I'm not a big fan of the super, scantily clad Poison Ivy. The modest, Poison Ivy bodice there shows more than enough skin to make Poison Ivy a attractive villain. 496, this is part 9, once again with the Joker. Here we go, here it is. This is Batman 497, part 11 of Nightfall, The Breaking of the Bat. This is where he takes down he gets all the villains back in Arkham, goes home, puts on his like smoking jacket, makes his way upstairs, and gets pwned by Bane. If you'll notice, this has like one of those little flap thingies, like the Batman 13 that came out this week with the Joker mask flap thing. It's kind of neat that they've already done that thing once with Breaking of the Bat. This is the next part, Nightfall, but it's actually a Showcase. Well, that's a horrible glare. Showcase 93, Part 7 with Two-Face. If I remember correctly, this is where Two-Face puts Batman on trial, and all the villains are like the jury or something like that. It's where they got the inspiration for the Scarecrow trials in The Dark Knight Rises. Here's part 15, Batman 498, with the awesome Bane and the terrible Catwoman costume. Here we go, 499, obviously with Batman in the wheelchair and John Paul Valley as Batman with his giant silver gauntlet gloves. Issue 500. I have the foil cover around here somewhere, but I don't know what I did with it. This is pretty cool. Azrael owning Bane. 501, Night Quest, The Crusade. I think I'm missing a few of these, so 502, Night Quest. Yeah, here we go, 505. So I am missing a few. 507. 508. 509, Knight's End Part 1. Now, if this doesn't say something about how stupid crossovers are, 510, the next issue, is Knight's End Part 7. So, Part 1, Part 7. 1, 7. So many crossovers. DC, it's ridiculous. Now, we're going to take a jump here a little bit, and we're going to move on to 556. This is actually Part 2 of the Aftershock story. This takes place after Cataclysm, after the earthquake, and it leads into Nightfall. It's an interesting story. I'm actually missing Part 1, so 555 is Part 1. And it's basically just Batman dealing with all of the stress of the city being basically crippled, and how he feels so bad because he can't help them. This is 557, which is Part 3 of Aftershock. This guy, Ballistic. This cover really says it all. This is 558. Batman looking down at the little pink bear that looks like the one from Toy Story 3. And the firemen pulling people out of the wreckage. It really just shows all that's on Batman's mind right now, about how he feels like he's failed his city because he wasn't able to save them from this earthquake. So it's a good story. Good story. It shows I guess, the softer side of Batman. This is 559. This is the last part of Aftershock. Then we've got The Road to No Man's Land. These are the last 3 issues before No Man's Land starts. This is actually 560, and this is what's called Mr. Wayne Goes to Washington. He goes to D.C. and tries to convince Congress to help Gotham rebuild. And, of course, they tell him no, because Gotham is beyond repair or something of that nature. Part 2, this cover's awesome. See how Bruce Wayne's there on the witness stand. You got the big Batman shadow. Awesome cover. And the last one for this installment, Part 3 of Mr. Wayne Goes to Washington. This is Batman 562. Actually, I lied. I got one more book. This is actually a really old book. It's called Batman 3D. It's really cool because it's got it's cool because it's got the Penguin in it, and it's the whole entire book is in 3D. I wish I could take it out of this package, but the last time I did, it got kind of messed up, so I'm gonna leave it in there. I also don't have the 3D glasses with it, but it's still a really neat book. I actually traded a couple of Hulk issues for this book at a comic show a little while ago, but it's still really cool. I love this book. That's all I got for this installment. This is, like I said, installment number 2, and I think in the next one we might just skip over the Grant Morrison run because I'm pretty sure all you guys have all that stuff, or if you do, you've already seen it before. We might just move into Detective Comics. I haven't decided yet, but I might show some of my annuals and stuff like that. But guys, it's been like 16 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys, and just like to throw a few shout outs for Gary, Mongostime Time 07, Cromda1, Costin Bromstar. Your Crisis video was really cool. The fact that you showed us all the crises in order, and it's really neat to see. Captain Strangeliffe, I know you're getting your knee worked on, and I wish you a speedy recovery, and hopefully they give you the good meds so that you can heal from that without a lot of pain. And man, I'm just like Gary. I draw a blank on Mr. Fix-It Smash, Fletcher Moore 1, Greco Fabulous. I'm missing a ton of you guys. I know I am. Deadpool Rules 91. I'm missing a ton more. You guys all know who you are. Loki Goblin 13. There we go. I just watched your video right before I did this one, and I just like to say thank you for doing such an awesome contest. Just giving back to the community. Because there's a lot of us who can't afford all those really expensive books, and you're giving us an opportunity to win them. It's pretty awesome. And just thank you, and looking forward to see who wins and all that. So I'm rambling, guys. Like I said, just thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.